Servus. This is about the Tronxy X5S printer here and the modifications I did so far. Absolutely necessary modifications just to have a working machine, and some for convenience or to improve quality and speed of the machine. Here you can see the printer with the new metal and printed parts, and if you want to use the original ones, please wear at least safety glasses. Those are very brittle, tend to explode and will kill you instantly. This is a second power unit, which is set to 21 volts in my case. It's connected to a MOSFET, which is connected to the controller board, of course. Some cable management and corner brackets, and a poorly printed housing. What a shame. On the left side there's a MOSFET, on the right side the original mainboard, which is okay for me. It has limited abilities and no room for expansions, but it works if you check the stepper driver current. On my board it was in one case down to 0.5 volts, which is far too low. This is a very common problem on this kit. You should check it. For the print bed I bought an Anycubic Ultra Brace. It's a little bit smaller compared to the original one, but it's flat. The aluminium heat plate is not so flat, so I compensated this with some thermal grease. And of course the bottom of the heat bed is insulated. And I also made some modifications with some metal parts. That allows me a better adjustment for the leveling. I also made a turnable spool holder with a little guide. This flap here that avoids the filament to go off the side from the spool. This is a very full spool, and if we put it on the holder and turn it, you can see the filament tends to go off the side, and with this flap the filament will stay in place. So instead of the acrylic ones I have metal holders for the motors, and also have a metal gantry, which is much better than the original one. And I tried printed ones, but I don't have been very satisfied with them. Different belt, some different pulleys, different fan ducts, also on the back a holder is less wobbly than the original one, and also the nozzle is about 5 mm closer to the crossbar, and I'm more or less satisfied so far. So I can turn on the printer with this smart plug. This one has an always on USB ports for the Raspberry, which is very useful. 2 plugs, 20 euro I guess, which is cheap. At least here it's cheap. So and just we heat up the heat bed 60 degrees, and let's take a look. The MOSFET is working, the heat bed also, and we can also hear the fan of the second power unit, which is only active on load. 24, 25, that's pretty fast, and 59, 60, hey, 5 seconds to 60 degrees, that's really fast. I guess the fastest heat up in the world, new world record. Okay, that was a cut, just kidding. We will see in Octoprint in real time it's about 3 minutes. If I remember correctly, to 85 degrees it takes 8 minutes or 9 minutes. I also modified the Z-rods a little bit. I have a belt to connect both, and that avoids, in the case of a skipped step, that's a bad tilt. And to compensate the loss of the height a little bit, I designed a different holder, and so I still have 380 millimeter of print volume in the Z-axis. In combination with the Ultra base, the printer works very well. On the back is a Raspberry and the camera cable, and also the power for the LED goes through, and there's the LED, and the camera cable goes behind the LED stripe on the right side, all the way to the camera here on the front. I also recycled some of the rollers and printed some holders, so I have nice wheels attached to the printer just on one side, and with those handles I can use the whole printer as a shopping cart, or I can just use it to store the printer somewhere when I don't need it. After the overview on the modifications, I have some pictures of prints for your entertainment. Thank you for watching, and keep in mind, it's not easy being green.